Good morning. This is Merlina McCullough from Arkansas, and this is our Zoom meeting number 112, and this is December 13th, 2025. I am um, I am excited to talk to you today, and my guest speaker is Michelle Eloren or Shay Eloren, and you can get a hold of Shay, it's a Visa sponsor, at michelle.e@anayasway.org. You can get a hold of me through mcculloughmarlena@gmail.com. You can see the spelling of my name below on the left side of the screen. Um, Let me get people in. I see Maria and I see Mike. Yay, Mike. I miss Mike. Andres. So I'm going to admit them all. I'm going to see if Mike can be my. Hi, Mike. It's been a long time. And there's oh, Idna is here. Good. Mike, I'm gonna make you co-host if you want me to. Is that okay?
No problem po, Doc.
Okay. Yeah. Um, so I'll let you get people in. How's everything going in the Philippines?
Yeah, so far so good po, Doc. I'm just busy having my tilapia fish pond
Ah,
and a small raising chicken, native chicken,
wow.
the rag
Nice
chicken
experience. That's a nice
from
experience,
Panay.
Mike.
Yeah.
Lots of side
Yes
hustle.
po. Yeah, we're just trying it. We're just trying it po. And we have a business partners.
Yeah. They got some
Yes
teachers here
po.
that I heard Annalisa is one of them, or is she the only one?
Yes, Annalisa, Ernesto, and Catherine.
Nice. Very good. Well, what did you do with your hair? Did you change it?
Yes po, Doc, as usual.
Made it silver?
Yeah, I diet.
Huh.
Yes po. Ash gray.
Ash
Yeah.
gray. Is
You
that the in
remember
thing
every
there right
time
now?
I'm there. I think before Christmas, before spring break. That's the reason why some of my students are just wondering, hey, Mr. Luca, you changed again your hair.
You're not teaching there, Mike, are you? Are you
No po.
teaching there right
I'm
now?
still waiting.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I know. I've been we'll talk about it privately later. But
It is exactly 3 months po, Doc, to die.
yeah, so sorry to hear that. I thought you would be back here within a month,
Yes
but
po.
you
I'm
know how
also
that goes.
expecting them. Yeah.
Yeah. So is it moving? Is the paperwork moving at all, or do you know? Have you checked the status?
Yeah. Yes. She said they were going to apply it, and there's no specific information
Date?
about that on
Okay.
when they're going to apply it.
Okay. Well, maybe because the school year is ending and maybe they'll just want to start this next school year. So maybe that's why they're not hurrying. I don't know. I've not talked to
Yeah.
any of them. So anyway, but I just
Yes.
wish the best for you, Mike. I hope that you are all back
Yeah. I
here.
miss the weather now there.
Yeah, oh my
I know
gosh.
the
You
weather
you
now.
do not need you
Oh,
do not
yeah.
need to miss it. It's very cold and it's very warm there. I miss the weather in the Philippines. Yeah.
Mm.
So some folks may already know that Mike is back in the Philippines and waiting to come back here. And so what were the things that you could share, Mike, tips that you could share so people would not have the same issue as you did?
Mm. Yeah, probably, Doc, you need to prepare yourself about the environment in the USA. And we're always saying this to all applicants or those who want to apply in the USA as a teacher, that you need to weigh everything. The nature of the students here, the environment there, and also here. And of course, it's very hard for you to regret when you are there. And then you're going to suddenly change your mind. Oh, this is not what I'm expecting. Because
Mhm.
I observed that in one of GCs or Facebook groups,
Mm-hmm.
they keep on asking, yeah, I was surprised that this like this is like that. Yeah.
They're
And
not
then I
ready,
was
obviously, right? They're
asking,
very
yeah, I'm
shocked.
asking myself, yeah. And then I'm asking myself, did they really sure about it, or before they apply it, they make as a question or have a background check, or yeah. I know we all know that most of the teachers or some of the teachers are sharing those experiences, not only the good sides here in the USA, but of course
I hear a lot of
there's
yeah.
always.
I think I may be a member of the same chat group you are. I mean, Facebook group, and
Mhm.
there are a lot of negative things that they're posting out there.
Yes.
And I try to always post, positive, like look at the other side too. But a lot of them are
Yes.
showing regrets of coming because, and it sounds like a problem with classroom management. They're having issues
Yes.
with like not being able to control the students and also
Mm-hmm.
not much support from the either colleagues or admin. And I think that's a big
Mm-hmm.
one here
Yes.
in
Well, it's a
America.
great help that we have this,
Hmm. And
and
that's
we
what,
already
yeah.
not warned, but already give a heads up to all the teachers that they will. You need to expect this. This is the
Yeah.
nature.
Yeah,
At
you
least
won't
they
be
will not have
shocked.
culture shock.
Yeah, if you, I guess what
Yeah.
you're saying is that I think I think you're saying is do your homework before you come because if you just come in here
Yes.
shocked and not
Mm-hmm.
been looking, if you looked at our videos and our Zoom videos, you'll know that we've talked about it. We have talked to people that just got here, talk about their experiences, how they cry the first month usually. But the sad thing is that a lot of us, when they come here, owe money, to back there in the Philippines. So you cannot be changing your mind and say, I need to go home because then you'll be stuck with all the debts that you have. And that's going to be very hard for you to pay using, the pay that the Philippines, pays. Well, if you continue to stay here within the first year, you should get everything paid for. Don't you think, Mike? It will be paid for the first year?
Yes. Mm.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
it's really good. And of course, like what I'm saying, um, USA is not my first country that I work with.
Yeah, you
I
work at
work
other
in,
countries. So yeah, give the other countries a chance as well. That's a good message because a lot
yeah.
of the ones that are doing really well on adjustments here, cultural adjustments, are the ones that have been to other countries and they kind of already,
Mhm.
had been, I guess, adapted or adaptable. They're easy to adapt because they
Mhm.
have been to other places, and I think that's a very good point that you will have that feeling of like, yeah, this is different in the Philippines, but embrace what's different and look at the positive side. Don't just look at the negative side. Look at the positive side. And I think
Yes.
what the advantage of the teachers in the Delta in Arkansas, like you all were, Mike, in that you are so supportive of each other. You have that built-in support for each other. And I see it seems like some of the teachers that are posting in this negatively in this Facebook website, they didn't feel supported. They didn't have anybody, they don't know anybody, and they just felt like alone in the world. And I'm sure that is a very natural feeling when you feel like, oh my gosh, my family's not here. I am 10,000 miles away from my country, and nobody's here to support me,
Yes.
right? But there, where they are always like every Friday night, they would have a get together, they'd be partying, they would be like having this, church, a community that they belong, that they are in the choir, and they just have all these weekly things that they're doing. Do you agree with me, Mike, that you are doing that
Yes, good. Yeah.
yeah, and that's
And if you are
really,
thinking, yeah, and then if you are thinking you are strong enough now, just go to USA first, and you will know.
yeah.
Yeah, because some of the teachers are keep on comparing. In the Philippines, in the classroom, no, it's really different.
You start over pretty much, right? You start from year
Yes.
zero. You may have 20 years in already, but you would feel like oh, this is my year one, because
What do you call it?
all the things that used to work for you for the Filipino students are not working for American students because they're so different. They are just so different. They are raised differently. Our Filipino children in the Philippines, um, are raised to like just be very compliant. You listen, you don't talk much unless you ask questions and so on. Here in America, we are encouraging them to like ask questions, question things, do not just accept things. You have to question and think critically and ask why, and all this. But some of them are doing it rudely. So I always remind my students that, it's okay. I want you to ask questions. Just make sure that your tone is right. You do not need to be rude. Rudeness is just not accepted. I think if I have to come up with two classroom rules, they are two things: respect and be prepared. Everything else would go fall under those two rules. So respect would be, use the right tone. I would want you to question me. I would want for you to correct me even, if I have a mistake, because I give spy award in my classroom. But please do not do it in a rude manner. Yeah, and we don't want to hear things like, "Oh, go back to your country." That's rude. Okay? I would be saying things like that to any classroom really, but in the but what once you have built the relationship with them, it's positive and all that. Like right now, being I've been retired since 2016, but I'm doing a lot of consulting work, and Mike knows this, but I've been posting things like I'm in Melbourne High School, which is about 30 minutes from me here in Arkansas. And I have a booking for 39 days. So I'm working with actual students, with four students at a time every period. And so I felt like I'm having a classroom of four. It's called high impact tutoring. So we are actually taking these bubble kids, the kids that are very much nearly, the passing line. They are high, they're not low, but we just need for them to go from good to great, and that's where I am. That's where I come in. It's a writing, reading, and vocabulary instruction. So we write a lot, we read a lot, and we work on vocabulary words. And so I'm in hog heaven because I've not had a classroom for maybe 20 years because I was an administrator and then a PD specialist when I retired. So my classroom 2006 was my last classroom experience. So, to have this and have it 3 times a week, 40 minutes at a time with students is such a blessing for me. And I love every minute of it. And it kind of, reminds me of things that I could share with you during Zoom meeting. Like these students, they didn't know me. These are high school students. They didn't know me. And so on, here I am with a different accent and I'm teaching them English. I'm teaching them literacy and it's doing well. We do a lot of, I do the bell ringer still. So I think everybody, you need to do a bell ringer. But the first 5 to 7 minutes of my class, we write. They have the moment they come in my classroom, I'm waiting by the door, and then when they come in my room, on the board is already the bell ringer. They know exactly what to do. I have four students, so the first person will be my attendance person. So there's a clipboard there with the attendance. They already make sure that everybody does that. The second person gets their folder. They have a folder like a portfolio, and so they get that and then distribute to everybody. And the third person is the scorekeeper. So whatever the score is, they will do that in another clipboard, and the fourth person will read the prompt for the day that they're gonna write. So one day I was like late because nearly ran out of gas. So I went right instead of left and went on way longer. I did not know that direction too well. I was underestimating. So I called the principal. I said, I'm going to be about, I don't know, 7 to 10 minutes late, this morning. And I've never been late before. And so she said, oh, that's okay, Merlina. So I called the lady that I shared room with. She's the career coach. So she doesn't need a room for students, but she was in the classroom. So I called her and I said, hey, don't send the students back. I want them to just do their thing. They know exactly what to do. And so they did that when I came in about 10 minutes later, than what I was supposed to. They already were done on what they're supposed to do. I mean, they were doing their writing. They did their self-assessment on the writing using Atlas, the PFO, which is a purpose, format, organization, and then evidence and elaboration, and then the CSE, the Convention of Standard English. They were doing that. They were doing the self-grading, which we always did. And after that, they were exchanging with a person, that was done first too. The first two will exchange. They did their peer grading. And then when I came in, all I had to do was grade it because they've already graded it. So all I have to do is see if I agree with it or if not, and then I will make corrections or whatever and spellings or whatever. But that was so, I guess a reflection for me is that once you've established your classroom routines and procedures, it just does it so smoothly. It was so smooth that it was running itself. And that is what you want to do in your classroom, not just like I did with 4 students, the whole classroom. If you set up your rules and expectations, your classroom rules and expectations, it will run itself. It will do that, even without you there. And that was like, I was like patting my little back. I'm like, oh, good job. That's enough established that. And this was week 2 or week 3, I think. See, I just finished week 4. So, and we have week 13, it's our last week. But what my point is, why I'm sharing that is that because in your classroom, in America, especially when you come here, is that you have to establish those rules and routines and expectations the first 3 weeks of school. Okay, you have to do that. Do not feel like, oh, I have to do this worksheet or whatever. No. The most important part is setting your classroom rules and expectations while at the same time you're also teaching. But the most important part is establishing that. Because if you don't have that established, you will have problems. Kids are not going to be listening to you. And teaching is a lot of presentation and how they would listen and pay attention to you. And if they're not paying attention because they're busy talking or being distracted, no learning is occurring anyway. So you're wasting your time, you're wasting your breath, and you are being stressed out because nobody's listening to me. Okay, so that's my point. Is really establish that. Okay. Anything else, Mike? I went in, I went into meat already, but I went into core proposition 1 actually already. Is that you knowledge your students, get them to know you, and I get to know them. Whenever they write whatever topic, I always shared what I would have written, or sometimes I would actually write it myself, like Thanksgiving. I have them to write something about what are your Thanksgiving customs and traditions in your family. And I mentioned something about, what we eat. And then it's a Filipino American Thanksgiving because we usually have both food, Filipino and American. And we always play mahjong. And so it's like a tradition that's not in theirs. So they were sharing about, oh, we always play games. And one of my students shared that our grandma, both grandma's side, they're very good cooks. So they play games, and whoever, like right before Thanksgiving, and whoever won on that game, it was the one that was gonna make the turkey. So funny. But anyway, there were a lot of little traditions like that are funny, which you'll learn from your students. Okay. And you also offer some learning to them about your own. So now I get to know them and they get to know me. And because especially in my role as a high impact tutor, they might, if they hate me, they might not, they might want to find ways not to come to me. They might say, well, I'd rather stay in my classroom where I was supposed to be, PE or health or whatever they were supposed to be, art. We were taking them from non-core classes. So agri, all these other places. And if they don't like you, they're gonna try to find ways like, can I get out of our class or whatever? And this is a commitment because we had to choose students, we're only 24. We had to choose students that are the bright fit. They have to be willing to work. They cannot be like people who are absent all the time. They have to be willing to really work for the school. That they are the hope that if we get them up there, the whole scores for the whole school district would change, would hopefully improve. And that is the goal. And so we're taking it so seriously. I have data every third day that I have to analyze, make sure that, I'm teaching the right things and what do I need to teach more? Am I needing to teach more writing, more reading, more vocab, all that. So anyway, just sharing experiences right now because that is now corporate position 2. It's about the content. Okay. So when you have both Core proposition one, knowledge of students, and then coupled with knowledge of content. You kind of got it made, really. But then you also need to have it to assess where your kids are before, during, and after. That's your assessment. And of course, the last two are reflection and collaboration. So for those, I think I'm preaching to the choir because I know a bunch of you are very familiar with this. Mike had heard it more than 100 times. This is Zoom number 112. So, Mike, do you see Michelle? Shay? Not yet. I can't hear you.
Not yet po, Doc.
Okay. Well, have you been talking to her about immigration things? Did you,
Yes po, Doc.
has
Yeah.
she answered you? Has she responded?
Yes po.
Okay. Yeah, she's
Very
very
respond.
responsive. For those that
And
are new,
we also have a conversation po
for on what?
in WhatsApp po. WhatsApp application.
Oh, WhatsApp. Okay, good.
We are chatting there po.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm hoping she would attend our party today. That's why I told them we are gonna stay about an hour and half today because I have to get ready for the party. I am the MC. There's going to be more than 200 people there. And so I still have a lot of things like presents to wrap. We donate some things for the raffles and all that. I'm not ready, but we've been cooking last night. We are bringing like 4 or 5 things. So anyway, my friend Sarah's next door, so she's doing some cooking. I really miss Mabel's cooking, Mike. Mike's wife is one of the best cooks around, and she used to like cook, hamonada or whatever and different things for us here, and we miss that. Now, you have a business in the Philippines, Mike, right now? She's cooking some things.
Yes po. Yeah.
Yeah. How is that
And
going?
this coming Christmas party po, she had that already a lot of orders
Orders? Oh,
from
nice.
different states.
Yeah, nice. So I think
And she
sounds like
already have a cut
she already has a what?
a cut off po.
Oh, cut
Cut
off.
off
She had to limit it,
because uh yeah,
run it out Rome.
cannot entertain it all.
Well, you may have to hire some relatives or something to help her, Mike. That's the beauty of being in the Philippines. We have so many relatives that maybe could help us. We
Yes
don't have
po,
that here.
yes po.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mike, are you getting along then? I mean, are you like okay financially?
Yes po.
Because it's so different in the US, it's 50 times, but 58 times, whatever the conversion is. But sounds like you are a
Yes po.
survivor,
Yeah.
Mike. But you are really greatly missed. I saw your conversation with your principals and your colleagues here in Brinkley saying, "Hey, we miss you, Mike." Especially their hallway misses you. Mike used to decorate the whole
Yes po, yes
hallway
po.
and his
Mhm.
room and all that, and it looks really
Uh,
nice on every occasion. So I think they miss him for that. So anyway, yeah. So be
Especially
patient.
the Christmas hallway. The hallway.
Yeah, yeah. They missed
Yeah,
you.
that's my first though. That's my first decoration there. The Christmas decoration, and then
Mm.
they're amazed about it.
Yeah,
Of
yeah. You
course,
you have the
every seasons,
Yeah, you
yeah,
have
we
the creativity
started to
for
decorate.
sure. Yeah, you have the creativity for sure. Okay, now let's meet the others the folks that are here. I see Maria, Amelia. Do you mind to talk to us? Tell us how many times have you attended, or is this your first time? Because I don't remember Maria Amelia. Have you, Mike? Amelia, do you mind to unmute yourself and tell us something about?
Familiar, yeah, Mila Floor, Amelia, Ma'am
Yeah,
Eden, yeah, I don't know if she Eden up one, yeah, and then Georgian, Sir Georgian Andres. This is my first time to see him here in our Zoom meeting.
I know you have missed, and I understand you are so busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, who wants to talk? I guess Miss Maria did not do that, so did not want to talk possibly. And I understand if it is your first time, you are very welcome to just listen because you're not comfortable yet. You don't even know me. You don't know Mike. But those that had been here, like Miss Idnai over here, I would like for you to talk and share something if you don't mind. We have some new ones. I'm gonna text I'm gonna text
Good
okay, there.
morning, Doc.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay, Doc. I have been away for how many Zoom meetings because I have been very busy at school.
Oh,
I
okay.
have
Well, I'm
missed,
so glad you came back.
yes, Doc, because for the following week we will be busy only for the preparation of our Christmas party and family day.
Okay. Tell us about your Christmas party in the Philippines there. How do you do that?
We will be having our classroom Christmas party with the students, and the following day we will be having a family day.
Okay.
It's a form of gathering together with the parents.
Okay. So that's a big one then. Here in America, this is what they do. They would have I usually as a teacher, I would give every one of my students presents. Just little something, but anyway, something that's special that I want them to feel like, I really appreciate you being in my classroom kind of type thing. But a lot of times, and they don't have to, but a lot of times they do give you something as well. And a bunch of the parents that have money, if they have money, they will give you like gift cards. Some of them will give you like a $50 or $100 gift card. And sometimes it's a Walmart card, where you can, or like that's like a Zano here, and you could shop, with it or whatever. And they give money, they give like gift cards to the cooks, in the cafeteria. Some of them would do it with the janitors even. So I always gave the secretaries. Secretaries always help me when I go to the school. So like when I was working, I had six schools that I was over. So I was literacy specialist. So I was over there at the different schools to talk to the principals, and I was district office. So the secretaries are always helping me, so I always gave them present. I would go to the Bath and Body Works and I would give them lotions. Those really good smelling lotion that's like a Victoria's Secret. Bath and Body Works is like a Victoria's Secret sister company, and so it smells so good. So I would do that, and I would put that lotion. I would put like candy cane or chocolates or whatever in there, and I would tie it and I would give it to them. I said, oh yeah, a lot of times I put like Christmas socks in it too. The really nice striped ones or whatever, the really warm Christmas socks. I put it in there. And then I would give it to all. So I had six secretaries I had to give it to. So I would deliver it to them and just thank them for the good work they're doing. And so then in the classroom, you do that. You do your party, but then so they would exchange Christmas cards or whatever. But the whole school will have, they call them the Christmas program, and they would have, each classroom would do something. Like I think in my last class we did like Santa baby, and all that. We were doing like we're acting it out, and then the other part that we did was I partnered up with the other fourth grade teacher, and then they did the first day of Christmas, the 12 days of Christmas, and we acted it out. So the kids, when they first day of Christmas and whatever it was, they would get up and they acted it out. And then five, golden rings, and everybody would, well, doing the five golden rings together. Wow. So we were kind of more of role playing it. So it was fun. It turned out really, really well. And that was my idea. So I was happy about that. But yeah, that's what we did. So every classroom would do that. And then before we ended, the whole school would sing Christmas songs. And that's it. Usually lasts about an hour, something like that. That's all. And then we go back to the classroom, and a lot of times the parents will pick up the students like before lunch. A lot of them are already leaving, so the teachers, as a teacher, you have to get a movie or something that they could be watching, because the grades have already been turned in. You really are not teaching anymore. And so when I was teaching high school, um, we were doing, like, at that time they really liked the Frozen movie. So I had the Frozen showing, and then some of them, oh, I'm so tired of Frozen. So I had two other movies that they liked. So the we were reading, one of the classes was reading The Diary of Anne Frank. So we had a movie for that. So they were watching that, and the Book Thief was another one that they liked. And so the boy in striped pajamas was the third one that they liked. So I kind of have them to vote, and that's what they were watching. So we kind of do it differently. Um, do you do the program all day? How does that work in the Philippines? Anybody? Melaflor, do you do the program all day long? Uh-oh, I lost you. No sound. No sound. What happened? Is it me? Can everybody thumbs up if you can hear me, please? Okay, Mike can hear me.
Yes,
Uh,
so probably she has a problem
okay.
or issue,
Okay.
technical issue.
Can you try to talk again, Melaflor? We cannot hear you at all. Um, if we continue to have problem, you may have to come back, get out and come back in and see if it would fix it, okay? If it would fix it. And so because I can't hear you, thank you. Okay, so while waiting on her, is there anybody else that would like to talk? Eden or Georgian?
Hi,
How are
Doc.
you?
Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Eden. How are you? I've talked to you before, right?
Yes, Doc.
Yes, that's why I said you look familiar to me. Yeah. So tell us about you. What have you been doing on I'll remind us about you first, if you don't mind.
I am a teacher here in Carmon, Cavite,
Cavite,
and
okay?
teaching for 16 years.
Seniors, okay? What
Yes,
grade?
Doc.
What subject level? What subject area?
I'm teaching good manners and right conduct and EPP TLE,
What is
and
that?
also
What is that?
educate home economics and livelihood program po.
Okay, so when you get an interview, Eden, make sure that if you have little acronyms like that, make sure you tell them exactly what they are, okay? And that goes for everybody else
Okay.
because we would not know in
Yes.
America what those things are. I don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what
And
have you
also,
done? Go ahead.
I am the guidance teacher for our school.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big difference here. We always have a guidance counselor that has been trained guidance counselor that went to, master's degree and above in order to become a guidance counselor here. Nobody can just become one here. So they could not just say,
Mm.
"Hey, teacher, we will assign you a different role and we'll have you also be a guidance." That's not happening here because the guidance counselor here in America had to be licensed guidance counselor. Yeah, so that's a
Here
huge
in
difference.
here in Philippines, we are assigned as guidance designate because in elementary here we don't have item for as guidance counselor.
Okay.
Guidance counselor is for high school only.
So yeah, for your interview, you need to say that. Don't say item, say do not budget. There's no budget for, yeah,
Yes.
there's no budget for the elementary. And so sometimes actually they have like both, the counselor in a small school may serve both, but a lot of times they have one per building, one for the high school and one for the elementary, because the high school itself will work on the schedule changes, would work on the career things, that students scholarship, they have so many things to take care of. So they really cannot be putting, extra hats for them because they're already doing a lot. Yeah, so that's nice that you get to do that. What are the things that you have to do as a counselor? What do you have to do?
Always as guidance teacher, if there are problems, behavior problems, or other concerns in the classroom of the on one classroom for the teachers, so the teachers will bring the children to me or the pupils to me, and I will conduct the counseling or other uh, interventions for the complaints or the concerns of the teachers.
But
And also,
yeah, you don't get paid extra for that?
no.
Okay.
And,
Okay. And also what else?
and also, if there are cases that uh, they are they're, sensitive, so we approach for the proper person to uh, do the counseling.
What sensitive things are you talking about? Examples.
For examples, are the uh, bullying or the uh, of mis ano ba to, or maltreatment of the parents to the
Abuse, okay? So
pupil.
what do you do
Yes,
in
abuse.
that case? What do you do? Do you refer them to a higher power?
Yeah, we repair it first from the barangay,
Okay.
and after that to the CSWD, to the city uh, CSWD social workers, and after that they are the one who will handle the ano the concerns po.
Yeah. So I think kind of similarly here, it's if there is an abuse, for example, we are as teachers and administrators, we are mandated reporter, which means that you have to report it. And it doesn't have to be public. Can call this number that they give you and you can report something. But if you don't report it, you could lose your license because you
Yes.
knew of the abuse and you did not report it. So that is a big deal to that is a big deal that you have to report if you know of an abuse. So that is a good point to make. Here, they don't do the counselors in some schools are being used as like part of the discipline plan. Like for example, the first offense would be verbal warning. The second
Yes.
offense could be you know, the parents call the parents. Third,
Yes.
third
Yeah.
one could be a trip to the counselor's office before the principal. So they've used something like that. Um, I've always used the counselor in my classroom when I was in the classroom. I had 15 years of classroom experience, and the other 10 plus was administrator. So I've always used the counselor as more for counseling. Like somebody died and they really need to talk to somebody, or they're really just stressed out or depressed and they need to talk to somebody. I felt like they have the training, for them to know to say the right things. And so I've always talked to the counselor saying that if I have to send a student to you, what time is the best, what day is the best, I mean, what time of the day, each day will be the best period for. So I had a schedule that the time that they could actually do individual counseling. So how does that work with you? Did they give you a time where on top of your load, did they give you like a free period where you can do that? How does that work on your schedule?
Yes po. I have the time for the counseling, and also I have the teaching load for
Okay.
grade 6 learners.
Okay, so how many periods did they give you as that you will do counseling? One period, two periods? How many?
It depends upon po of the uh, cases.
Mm.
So, for example, if the cases are need the parents or the teachers, as until we close the concern, so it's the time po.
It's ongoing. Okay. So who will
Yes
cover your
po.
classes normally then? If you do you use other, like your time that you will be with your students, do you use that time and then have somebody else watch your class, or do you just cancel your class?
Yes, somebody will handle my class.
Okay, got it. But see, it's so different in America because in for discipline, a lot of times I was a former assistant principal, so a lot of times the principal would, I mean, the teachers would send them to the assistant principal. Well, I was lucky in that school because it was junior high, eighth and ninth grade. We also had a dean of students. The difference between the assistant principal and the dean of students is that a dean of students is a teacher, kind of like you're talking about, with a different responsibility. Like this particular one, he had like out of the 7 periods, he had 6 periods of being a dean of student and 1 period of coaching, the boys. I don't remember the sport that he coached, but anyway, so he had one coaching role, and then the other ones are just he's just a disciplined person, and he did such a great job, and he was my partner. So I only had to do the discipline part as an assistant principal, 1 period a day when he was teaching at the end of the day, and that's enough for me to realize that I love what I was doing as an academic. assistant principal, that I was in the classroom and I was observing teachers and helping teach coach teachers and so on. I love that part. I did not like the discipline part, but that is part of being assistant principal. I was lucky that I didn't have to do that all day long, but I only had that one period. But that was enough experience for me to realize that his job was hard. To me, it was harder than
Yes.
mine, although he got paid lesser because, the dean of students are getting paid as teachers. They're not paid as administrators. A lot of times,
Yes.
the dean of students have to get a license to become an administrator, like an assistant principal, for them to get paid as an administrator. And there's a difference of about maybe 1 million pesos, about $20,000 difference
Mm.
between the two jobs. So, yeah. So, 1 million pesos, that's a huge difference, but that's kind of what it is here. So,
Yeah, that's the big difference from here, from Philippines, because I, as in our school, I am also the uh ano ba to, yung data management coordinator, which is all the information and the needed report from school are for my concern
okay. Well, they
for
have
us.
testing coordinators in here. Testing coordinators are the ones that all the test materials would come to their office. And sometimes it is the counselor, but some schools or a lot of schools would actually have the testing coordinators. And they paid extra for that. Any little extra hats that they give you is they pay you. And so that's the beauty of it in America. They pay you
Yeah.
extra for if they give you an extra job, but especially if it's after hours. Some of the jobs like coaching, they get paid, I don't know, $2,000, $3,000 extra or whatever, and I don't depending on the school, but that's above what they make. And then if you become a tutor, like an after school tutor, usually they run between $40 to $50 an hour. So 2,000 to 3,000 pesos every hour you get paid if you do tutoring. You can tutor your own students, but it has to be set up through the office that they have tutoring, and then these are the students you're going to tutor. A lot of times they really don't want you to have more than four at a time, one, two, or three, and in order for that to be effective. But one-on-one is the best, and
Yes.
it's nearly impossible to get that because of the number of students that would need help. In every classroom there's an average of between 15 to 20% of your students that will be needing help, and so they're going to look at the ones that need the most and would refer it to tutors. So it's quite different. And I'm so proud of you that your administrators obviously think that you are very responsible, that you are capable of doing all these extra hats. Because that's what
Yes.
I did.
So,
Yeah, I gave extra,
Mm.
responsibilities to teachers when I was an administrator, to teachers that I really trusted, that I know they will do what they're supposed to do and they will do a good
yes.
job. And obviously, your administrator thought or thinks that you are that. So kudos to you. That's,
Thank
that's
you,
good.
Doc.
Yeah. So when you do your interview, you might want to say those things that, on top of my teaching responsibilities, I was also given extra hats, extra responsibilities
Yes.
to do this and this. And you can explain it to them. And you can say
Yes.
things like, I know in the US it's not the same. Now you make it, if you say things like that, then you make it sound like you're very knowledgeable about the US. So if you have watched my video, or if you've listened to me like or talk today, then you can say things like that. I know it's not the same, and from what I learned about the U.S., it's not the same. That we don't have. You have to have but you have to have counselor, for example. And here in the Philippines,
Yes.
it's just an extra responsibility. They don't they don't pay extra for it even, and they will be so impressed. They're like, "What? You do all that and
Yes.
you don't get paid?" And some teachers here would
Yeah,
actually complain.
more time, more overtime
Yeah,
for me to do that task. So that's why uh I have I go home late.
late.
So
Yeah. Still here, they're
yes.
very conscientious about that because once you ask a teacher to do extra for you, you have to pay them. So they have to what your hourly rate is, which is around $50 an hour. So that's why, when we send teachers to workshop in their own on the summer, uh, most of the schools would pay you for your time and your food and your gas, plus pay for you the training fee or whatever. If there is a fee there, they'll pay for everything. They'll feed you and they put you in a hotel if you need it. So they do all that. So what do they do in the Philippines if they send you on training? Do they pay you for your time in the summer when you're off time?
None po.
Okay. So did they send you to other places like where you have to stay in a hotel?
Sometimes po.
And they pay for everything for that. They'll pay for the hotel for that, right?
Yes po. Yes po.
Good. Okay. How about your food and your transportation?
It's part of the ano po, the seminar or the trainings.
Okay. Yeah. So it's so different. I love hearing it. So thank you for sharing that, Eden, because as you know, and most of you know, I studied here. I came in America, to America, and when I was 19, I got my education here, 10 years of college. But then I taught here. So I was a student in the Philippines, but I have never taught in the Philippines. So I love hearing from you all, sharing what you are doing in the Philippines. And I know we have some folks here that are not from the Philippines. And so Ali, for example, we're gonna try to talk to them too because they're from Africa. And so that's a totally different continent and they do things a little differently there. And that's the beauty of this platform is this is for international teachers, not just Filipinos, although, we're majority, but hopefully we'll get more folks from different countries as well. So do you have any question for me or Mike? Eden, what have you done?
Uh, I am not sending my resume doc in you, but not yet
Not yet.
sending my resume.
Okay, well, let me give you I'm looking for the chat here. I'm gonna put a post here if you don't have this for folks. I'm gonna put the link to Mike might have this too. Um, the link
I
to
have that.
you got
Yes,
that
I have that. Yes, doc.
you got that
Because
one.
I almost a year na watching and join in Zoom meeting.
Okay. So Mike, I cannot find it. Mike, can you please put the link to important documents, Mike, the one that I sent them about all the links to the different places to apply, some tips for resume and
Yes,
cover
Doc, I
letter.
will.
Yes,
Can you
doc.
do that on the
I
chat?
have
Yeah.
I have
Have
I
that.
have
Yeah,
that already, doc.
the others might not. And I've updated it since then, so you may want to
Yes,
have
doc.
it. Yeah. But my email is mcculloughmerlina@gmail.com. For those that are watching this, just look at the spelling of my last name and then first name at gmail.com. Okay. So feel free to email me. I do not like people to call me. I'd rather have them contact me via email, unless you're an emergency and you're in the US, then you can call me. But I really try to kind of, save my phone for emergencies. We've got kids and grandkids around, and I really do not want to tie up my phone because a lot of times in the past I would take phones, they would talk for 2, 3 hours. My husband said, "Quit doing that." I'm like, I know, I need to quit doing that because I just felt, they just really wanted, I guess your time, but I have a life. I'm sorry, but busy life. So I always check my email. So I always check it many times a day. So that mcculloughmerlina@gmail would always work. Okay. And for those that are in the US, what they've done is they would email me and say, "Hey doc, I want to talk to you." And I said, "Okay, look at my number in the bottom. Feel free to text me first and then text me and ask me if it's an okay time to talk, and then we'll talk. Okay, I may be the one to call you back or whatever." So especially now with me having 3 days a week that I'm in at school, I cannot be called between that time to the end of the day. Even my husband, I said, "Text me. If there's an emergency, text me," because I always can see my phone is always next to me while I'm teaching. So I could see if there is something that I need to take care of. Okay, so that's what you do is you wanna send that to me. if you want to send it to, just CC me and send it to Shay. Actually, Mike said that she could not attend. They have some kind of emergency that they have to save somebody. They do humanitarian efforts. Some people that are really needing help for immigration purposes, they do that, and their office does that. So they have something they're doing now. And so she said that, I'm sorry, I have to skip. And I said, that's okay. So it's all right. She will be in anytime. We have this every 2 weeks. So anyway, so if you can send it to Michelle, Michelle, dot E, that's Elioran, so dot E at Anayas Way, Anayas Way, WAY.org. You can send her your resume and cover letter. Make sure your resume has your picture and also three references on the bottom of it. Two administrators and one colleague. Administrators can be from former schools. It's okay, as long as you have their phone number and their email, because they will send them a survey asking what kind of teacher you are. So it's important that those are good emails, and those are, they never, I don't think they ever call, but go ahead and put it there. Okay. And so in the subject, you need to put ITSA / Dr. Merlina, because then she knows it's my folks, it's our folks here. Okay, because she's working with other agencies as well. So if you put my name and ITSA, our organization, International Teacher Support in America, then she knows it's our bunch here. Okay, so that goes for everybody else. If you're watching this video on YouTube, do that. Michelle is very responsive. She will answer you immediately. Okay, so what else do you have in mind, Eden? Did I answer?
Yes, Doc.
Okay.
You answered it already.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
po.
you. Thank you so much. And Eden, whenever you go on an interview, I know you have a nice looking shirt, but make sure you kind of wear something like you're going to church. If you have a little
Yes,
blazer or something like I'm wearing, it's always gonna make it look like very professional, okay? Yeah, just a
yes,
little
Doc.
bit. Yeah. And I love your background. So yeah. Okay, great job. Anybody else?
Thank you
I guess
po.
I need to talk to Mr. Ali. Is that Mr. Ali, are you here? You always have a
I'm
great thing to
here.
share with us.
Hello.
Hey,
How
you
are
always
you?
have the best shirts. Every time you
Thank
come in,
you.
I'm like, she has the best shirt.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I
Do you,
appreciate it.
yeah, do you shop? I know you are in the Virgin Islands, right?
Yes, yes, I'm in
Do
the
you
Virgin
shop
Islands.
locally, or is that come from Africa still?
No, I brought this
You
from
did?
Africa.
Well,
Yes,
your
I did.
country has really good designs.
Yes, thank you very much. I know it's
Yeah.
very difficult for me to get it around here,
Yeah.
so
The
I brought
quality
as
looks
much
good.
as I can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is that
thank you.
something from like a mall or a big company there in your
Totally.
country?
You sew, you just buy the yards and you talk to your tailor to make a design for you.
Really? It's customized. My
Yeah,
God, that's
customer.
in America, Ali. That's like so expensive. Only
Oh,
the rich
very,
people
very,
can.
very expensive here. Yes, yes.
Yeah. How much would that be? If you don't mind me, that it's a part of sharing a culture. Would that be expensive? Like more than $100?
From from our own end is not expensive. It's the whole outfit is could less than $50, 25
Oh my
to
gosh, that's
$50.
oh, I need to go there. What country? What country is that again?
I'm from Nigeria.
Nigeria. I need to
Nigeria,
have a
yes.
trip to Nigeria, a shopping trip.
Yeah, you need to come.
I know.
Okay, I'm so happy to be here again. I can see Mike. I'm very
Yeah,
happy to have Mike.
I know.
Right?
I know. He was asking about you, Mike, the last time he was here.
I
Do
asked
you have a
about you the
question for
last
Mike?
time.
Do you have anything that you want to share about Virgin Islands that everybody else? Because Virgin Islands is still the US. It's still part of the
Okay.
US territory. What's
Yes,
that huge
yes.
difference you notice from Nigerian school to the US
Um,
from the Virgin Islands? What's a big
yes.
difference?
Um, I want to start by saying there are more similarities
Yeah,
than differences,
really?
basically. Yeah, because in the island here, they are very culture oriented and their culture is closely related to
Okay.
us from Africa.
Okay. Well, I did not know that. See, I was surprised about your answer like that. I thought you
Now
would
you know.
say it's very different.
Now you know.
Okay. So
And they are very kind, they are very accommodative, they love diversity, they love
sounds like you
people.
lucked out. Sounds like you're in a good place. Sounds like you are
Yeah.
you feel supported. You feel
They feel
supported.
support, they will support you. Even if you go to mall to buy stuff, once you tell them you are a teacher, you are from Africa, they'll be like, good, we need teachers. Stay.
Oh,
Are you liking it here? Don't go. Stay here. Bring
that's
your
good.
family. Bring your parents. Stay here.
That's very friendly.
Like, okay.
That's good. That's
Okay,
good.
good. They appreciate, you could see the appreciation on their
Very
from
good.
the
Gratefulness. Yeah.
yes.
And that's always a good thing to see, right? You feel like, oh, I'm wanted. I'm like, people like me to be here. That's a good feeling, right? That's a
And
great.
one important thing I need to tell you, they consume a lot of our entertainment. They watch Nigerian movie and they listen to
Seriously.
Nigerian songs.
I did not know that.
That is what I find very shocking.
There is a
Yes,
guy, Suji boy. Is it popular there in Nigeria? He's in the learning channel. He married this American and he's Sojo boy. I think Sojo boy.
but we have other ones. We know him,
You
but we
know
have
him.
other ones. We have Burna Boy.
Okay.
We have Burna Boy. Burna Boy is very big. They listen to the song here. Even when they play music on the road, their concert, they play the music. They listen to Davido. They listen to a
You'll
lot
have to
of
send me some links. I
Nigerian.
want to send some link if there's any free three things there. Send me some links
And
on email because I would love to
I'll
hear
do
it.
that. I'll do that.
Or if you
I'll do
tell me
that.
how to look
Another thing
for
they
them.
do is you see this is my type of outfits. You see, mostly female, they love making their skirts out of this, their long skirts.
Cool. That's very
And
nice. I
so
love your
beautiful in
culture.
it. They make blouses and dresses and they look so nice. Anytime they see you, they know
Yeah,
that, oh, hello, my
really?
brother. I love
So
this
they,
outfit. I'm like,
so you
oh,
have the fashion and you have the food as well because your food is so
yeah, the
delicious.
food.
Did
Yeah.
I tell you before that one of my very best friends is the mother of my son's best friend, Michael, and she is Dr. Alowikan, Dr. O, we call her, and she is from Nigeria. She was,
Mhm.
I think, in England for 30 years. And so she was, a practicing physician. So she's an emergency doctor. And so when we get together, because she would come to my party at least once a year, we have so much fun. She cooks the best food. And your food with the plantain is my favorite. And I forgot the name of it, but it's so good. She would take some to my office when I was a principal, assistant principal there. She would take it to my office. I would say to her, I'm having a bad day or whatever. She would come over and just bring me food, Nigerian food. And she would come over to my house and I would cook Filipino food for her and she would cook Nigerian food for me. And I love hers so much and she loves ours, so we kind of have that little interchange while our two boys were playing games or studying. Then the two of us would be like talking till midnight. We would not even notice, oh my gosh, it's midnight. The two boys were so happy because their bedtime was supposed to be 10, and but midnight mama and mama and Dr. O were talking. But yeah, your culture is so amazing to me. I really
Thank
like
you.
your culture. But the only bad thing that I notice is that Nigerian, because there's so many scammers coming from your country,
True,
that you are given the bad name because of it. And I hate
true,
that for you guys, right?
true.
It's almost like um instead of thinking about the wonderful food and fashion and all that you have and music, they think about the scammers that come from
Yes,
Nigeria.
yes,
Do you agree
yes,
with that?
yes.
That's so
They
sad.
agree. I agree with that a lot. And some of people, I've met people here that told me, not in an embarrassing way, they're like, you are the good ones. You are here with us. I'm like,
That's
okay,
funny.
I don't know. Say, yeah,
That's
well,
funny.
funny enough, it's not that they hate us. They love us for what we
Yeah.
do.
Mm-hmm.
They love us because here, right here on this small island, I know of two medical doctors that are from Nigeria,
Yeah.
and they
Smart.
are
Yeah.
doing great.
Yeah.
And we have other Nigerians too that own businesses. We have ones that is into real estate, and they are doing it big.
Good. Yes. So they are showing a good example because
Yes,
it's so
yes,
sad that you have that linear connotation now, a bad one. And that's a really, that's too sad that some folks are making, the whole app basket looking bad, right? When there are just a few of them that's rotten, you know.
yes, yes.
Yeah. So
But when they see you, they love you. They
yeah.
see you, they want to be your friend. They want to hang
Yeah.
out with
So
you.
when are you gonna fly to Arkansas so you can meet us here?
Yes, I'm new. This is my third month. Remember,
Okay.
I came in somewhere in September.
Okay. Okay.
I came
So
like
save some
tail
money.
end towards the end of
Yeah,
September.
save
Yes,
some
I'm
money
doing
and
that
come here.
already.
Yeah,
Yes, I'd like to visit as many places as possible.
come over here.
But
You
it is
have
important for you, it's important to let you know that I have a very big Filipino community here too,
do
and
you?
they are doing wonderfully well.
Ah,
My co-teacher, the person that shadowed under, when you first came in,
uh-huh.
you have to shadow someone. The
Right.
teacher is from Philippines.
Oh, okay.
And the
Well,
teacher
next,
that picked me up from
oh,
the
Philippines too.
airport,
Well,
she's
next
also
time
in
invite them to
Philippines.
come in our Zoom, okay? Give them
Okay,
the, yeah.
I
I
will
would
invite
love
them.
for them to talk and share with
And
us their
they are
perspective.
all doing great. Some have been here for a very long time. Some are 5, 16, 10 years, and some are just like me, maybe
Yeah.
barely a year, 2 years.
Yeah. So how do you like it? Do you feel like this is something that I can do for a long time, or is it something that I want to go back home now? How do you feel about
Yes.
it? Long term or short term?
To be very honest with you, doctor,
Mhm.
I would love to do this for a very, very long time, but there is something that I feel worried about is the visa. Our visa now for the new people that are coming, it's only one single entry visa. So it will be very difficult for you to go home to check on your
Family.
family and parents and some sisters and siblings. So, and this has been very discouraging for people that
Yeah.
are coming.
But yours is multi-entry, right? Yours should be
Yeah,
multiple
mine
entry.
is single. Yeah,
Single
they will
also.
change the week I've applied for visa before they change the. So when the visa came out, it came out single.
So sorry to hear that. That's
So,
terrible. I wonder
so
if they're
that's
doing that
kind
to the
of,
Philippines too. I do not know.
yeah, so that's kind of discouraging for people coming, and it can also be a little bit sad for us here. I don't want to sound depressing, but
Right.
sometimes when I think about it, like if I go out, I might need to go back to the embassy again and reapply for the interview, knowing fully well that to get an interview date in Lagos, where I'm from, it's a little bit.
Hard. I bet.
I waited 2 months. I told you, I've gotten this job offer
Mm-hmm.
and I have
July.
to wait August, early September to get the visa date. So
Oh, wow. That's a long time. Yeah, I
that's
think
a
I
long
think
time.
Nigeria is like the Philippines. We got too many that's wanting to come, and now they're making it so hard now. So yeah, I'm sorry I did not even know about the single entry versus the multiple entries.
And we
So
still
so
have visa denier too. Someone that's supposed to come after me,
uh-huh.
the person didn't come. The person his visa was denied.
Oh,
We are
wow.
supposed to be on the island together.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah. Mike, what do you think about the visa things? Mike, can you put in your input on that because he was affected by the visa thing too. So, Mike, do we have
Mm.
multiple entries or
Yes
do we
po.
have single entry?
What kind of visa?
it's a J1 visa,
Everyone.
cultural exchange visa.
Yeah. That's Mike was in H1B, you see, and that's when
Yes
his
po.
before
Mhm.
they put in the $100,000 fee, Mike was already, was it a week before you left, Mike?
Yes po. It's a week of I arrived here Monday and then they changed the policy Friday
Wow.
night.
Mm, yeah. So that's a really
And then
sad
for the
thing.
J1 visa, I don't
I don't
hear
think it's
anything
affected
about
right
the
now,
J1 visa.
but I
Yeah.
did not know that they changed those multiple entries though, Mike.
It
I did not know
changes.
that part. Yeah.
What I know though is the changes is about the what is that? The validity of the work visa, I guess.
The
It's from I
validity?
think from 5 years. I think from 5 years to 18 months only.
Are you serious? Wow, that's really getting harder, isn't it?
Getting harder. And people are getting discouraged, to be very
Wow.
honest with you.
So if
Yes,
They
and
don't want to
also
go through the
they I
stress.
think they already banned the 19 countries.
we're
Everything.
not
There's
in
a
there. I
lot of
look,
changes.
Philippines not one of them.
Yes, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Is
but
Nigeria
there's a
in
lot
there?
of changes in the
Nigerian is
USA.
not one
Yes.
of them.
Not
It's
in
not.
there.
We are
Okay.
not banned,
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
just
good
have
thing.
some
Yeah.
restrictions.
Hmm. Well, see, that's
Mm-hmm.
it. I was not aware of that multiple versus and a single entry thing. Um, I've never heard of anyone getting a single entry from the Philippines, as far as I know. So Ali, I don't know if that's country to country. I didn't know if that's a new change for J1. I'm gonna find out. So I
In
have
some
some
selected countries.
countries, yeah.
So
That's
Yeah, probably though it's selected countries only because if there's a changes about that, probably Miss Michelle will tell us
oh no,
something
would
about
tell
it.
us, yeah. Um, what what happened is that what saddens me, I guess, as a retired educator and a consultant here in the U.S., is that we have a shortage of teachers, and we're not helping. We're not helping with this kind of restrictions. But I understand, for the safety of our country, that has to be done in some, for some reasons. But at the same time, it doesn't help the alleviate the teacher shortage. I'm having a meeting with somebody sometime in January, a Zoom meeting, and they wanted to talk to me about, the shortage of teachers and what I think about it and so on. And that's what I'm planning to say is that there are some policies that we have that are not helping the situation. And so I'm just going to be very honest and candid about it that this is what I'm finding, and this is direct from the teachers. What I'm hearing are the things that the teachers are experiencing. So that's what I'm going to plan to do is just kind of tell them my 2 cents worth. Yeah. So Ali, thank you for sharing that. That's really informative to me.
welcome.
So yeah, someday you need to save up some money because coming to Arkansas is gonna be within the US only. You don't have to do another visa or anything, right? You just
Oh, yes, yes, it's the same visa. It's the
same
same
visa.
visa.
Yeah, you can travel. Yeah. And I will take you over and have you meet the other Filipinos. We have about 60 plus
Mm.
in Arkansas that we know of. I think there's a lot more in Little Rock and other places that have not been joining us, but I've heard of them. So what I really
We,
need to do is kind of send a letter to all these HR folks in every school in Arkansas and finding out how many teachers you have that are Filipinos because I would like to know the number. That's what I would like to know. Is because right now I know of at least half of what's the here, I think. Because some schools have 12, 15 people there, and I don't even know until they tell me, oh, do you know that there is this many people, Filipino teachers in this area? And I'm like, because they use a different agencies. And these agencies do not
yes,
necessarily have any contact with us. I
it
know.
was, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
And so that's the beauty of America too. You have this freedom to do all that. And if they're bigger
Yes, it
schools,
is. It.
yeah, if they're bigger schools, they usually partner with also a bigger agency. So
Mm.
yeah. So I know Little Rock has a very big partner. Yeah. Anyway, so you have any question for us, Ali, or anything to share? You said that
Oh,
more similarities than differences though. So how about the
yes, please.
differences? What are the big difference that you noticed?
The big differences in the language, I think their English is kind of a little
Different,
bit different from, we are trained according to the British way.
right?
The structure, our choice of words are a little bit different from
Some
that.
spelling with a OUR instead of OR. Yeah, a lot
And
of them.
the way they use she, e, I
Hmm.
told you the last time, they use she both at the front of the beginning of the sentence, in the middle, at the end. They just throw it around. And it's fun to listen to. Like, oh, this sounds good. Like she told me, and it comes like, oh, did you tell she? Oh, nice.
You
I
tell
like
her.
it.
So instead of
I
an
tell
objective
she.
pronoun, they
It
will
does like,
they
did you
will do
tell
a
she? Like,
yeah.
oh, nice.
So they will do a subject
That
pronoun
is
in the
just the local. I'm talking about the local, not the.
net.
That is how they speak it, and it's
Okay.
kind of very fun.
Ah,
I think
okay.
that's how they do this. The differences, but we share a lot in common.
Mm.
Share a lot. Even in food, they have their own seasoned rice, just like our jollof
Rice,
rice.
yeah.
They
Rice
fry
360.
plantain. They eat
Nice.
cocoyam.
Mm.
They make porridge. They
Okay,
have
yeah.
a kind of swallow that they eat too. The special one for them. They have a swallow that they eat.
Yeah. All
And they
good
wear
food.
stuff
Yeah.
like this too. Like I said, they wear a lot of this.
Lots of good food. So, do you have a cafeteria in the school that you work in the Virgin Islands? Do they have a cafeteria like we do here in the mainland? Do you have a cafeteria served by this, I mean, provided by the school?
Yes, of course. It's the same standard everywhere.
Same, okay.
As long
But
as you are
what
in the
kind of food
United
they
States.
serve? The food they serve there.
I've not been there for students, but I've seen them with pies. Sometimes they do pies. I've seen them with pizza.
Okay.
Seen them with chickens, fries.
Okay, so
Just
American
normal
food.
standard American food.
So
Yeah.
do you bring your
And they
own
do a
food
lot of
then?
soda, Coke.
Yeah. Do you bring your
We
own
don't go
lunch?
there as staff, but we go there.
Yeah. So you
But
bring
I
your
get
own
a
lunch and
cake.
you eat in the cafeteria. Is that what you're saying? Oh, in the
Yes,
lounge.
I bring my own food. I
Yeah.
just make my own sandwich and mix my own stuff
Yeah.
from home and I take
Yeah,
it.
the only thing that I would warn the Filipino teachers, we have some food, Ali, that's really stinky. You know, those dried fish and all that, and we love them, but do not take them to school and do not
Eat
use the
dry fish
microwave with
too.
it because that's gonna stink up the whole lounge,
The
and you will
old
have
school.
problems. Yeah.
Okay.
So just be careful, just be considerate, I guess, because in the Philippines we're okay with
Yes,
that
yes, yes.
smell. They're not. I know my husband, we've been married 39 years, close to 39 years, and he still cannot stand those. So I would cook it in my grill. You have some posts on my Facebook where I'm cooking out on my grill and outside because I do not want my house to
Okay.
have that lingering smell. And so that's
Okay.
something that you need to be aware of. Like one of my students, high school students lately, she said, "Oh, my friends always joke with me, why do I bring rice every day?" She's Vietnamese, half Vietnamese. She said, "I always bring my rice every day." And they always wonder why I always eat rice. And don't you think, Dr. McCullough, that we always eat rice as Asians? And I'm like, yes, we do. But I don't bring my rice in school. I always just eat what they have because in every school it's that you work in, it's almost feeling like a compliment to them that their guests are eating their food. And I love the cafeteria ladies anyway. I like to visit with them. And I got lucked out that in the place where I work now as a consultant, they have the best cooks, really good flavored food, and some unique things that they're doing, that other schools are not. So, it always goes to who goes above and beyond. Some cooks do, and some cooks don't. They just like, oh, let's get some frozen ones and just heat it up in the oven. That's the easy one here in America. But the good cooks are actually doing homemade food. They're actually getting it from fresh ingredients and they're actually
Yes.
making it like they would at home. Those are the best cooks. And then they would make homemade rolls, for bread and all that. And my favorite is chocolate gravy. For some reason, I really like chocolate gravy with biscuits for breakfast. Do you do that in your country? Do you eat chocolate gravy?
We don't, people do it, but it's not our national food.
It's not a
We
delicacy
do
for you.
have rice too, just like yours.
Hmm.
But we have our own is like a seasoned rice. We call it
Season.
jollof rice.
Yeah.
We
What kind
mix
of what kind of
yeah.
seasoning do you put in? Because they have different seasoning.
Like yes, we put a lot of onions and like tomato paste.
Do you? Okay. It's more like
Pepper,
Spanish
put a
then. It's
lot
very
of
Spanish.
pepper
Yeah.
with curry, yeah,
Yeah.
with curry and Maggi, just a seasoning, depends on which one you want to use.
Make it spicy. So
Chicken curry.
I like the cilantro rice. That's more of Middle Eastern, more of Mediterranean. I love them. They have Ben's rice you can buy in the store, and it's got cilantro on it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It
We
tastes
use
so,
any type of rice for those. Anyway,
yeah.
but you can depends on your choice. You can use the ordinary small
Mhm.
grain, the big
Yeah.
grain, the
Yeah.
basmati, whatever you choose.
Basmati,
But
I
it is
love.
the combination of
Yeah.
the seasoning that
Yeah.
determines
It's whatever you
if
put in there. Well,
yeah.
this is important information. I know it's part of culture because when
Okay.
you come to another country, you are going to be talking about the culture. And culture includes food, include fashion, include language and dances, customs, traditions. All those are part of culture. And so when you go to a country and you don't even know their customs or traditions and all that, and their food especially, because that's something that you have to get used to. You do I still think this way sometimes that we think of like hamburgers and other things as snacks in between before my rice. So that's kind of, how we think of it here as meals. It's like, oh
Okay.
yeah, this is my little snack in between before I go eat my rice.
Okay.
And that's why we played bingo last night, my friend Sarah and I, and they were serving tacos there. So we were eating little tacos, because they had vegetables and so on. But then when we came home, we cooked our rice and we cooked our tuna tuna soup because it was really cold last night. And so tuna soup and rice and with the vegetables. That's what we were having because we missed it. Like, oh my gosh, it's been since lunch when we ate rice. And this was about 9 o'clock at night when we came home. We were eating our rice. In fact, that's what I'm gonna eat after I finish here. But
So
anyway, okay,
that's
any
nice.
questions for us or anything or any advice that you would like to give to those that are going to be watching this or here already that that could help them?
Okay, I would like to say that if you are not in America yet and you are aspiring to come, please don't give up.
No.
Just keep putting it.
Mhm.
Time is short. To be very honest with you, we still need teachers.
Yep. You
I
can,
can't say
yeah,
that loud enough.
keep your hopes up.
Let that be your strength. They need teachers.
Yeah. And it
Just
does,
try as much as, Make
yeah.
sure you have all your lists of things that is required of you. You need your credential evaluation. Go get that done. You need a letter from head of school, from administrator, your colleague, your teacher. Keep getting all those and
Yeah.
taking it off from your
Recommendations. That's
list.
right. Good,
That is what
good
I did.
advice. Yeah,
That
good
is what I did.
advice. The
At a
FCE.
point, let's see. And at a point, I don't know if it worked for, this might work for other people, it works for me. What I did at a point is to have a small note where I put all the likely interview question and how I am going to answer connected to me.
Good. Yes.
I'm
Specific
not
example.
lifting answer from anywhere. I'm
Yep.
going to be relating that to whatever is happening in my school, in my classroom, and in my environment. And just like you said, always have a story to go along with every question.
Yep.
For every
Narrative.
question, you always have a story to explain because it takes the tension off you if you have a story.
Yeah. Story
About
is,
my course
yep.
management. I always have a day in my head. I have a story to tell.
Yeah.
Of okay, think about a scenario, especially a scenario question. I always have a story.
Yeah.
To tell.
That's such a good, that's one of the
I
best.
never run out of.
Yep.
And do as much interview as possible. Love interviews. I had 2 job offers. I told you. I had one at Illinois before the second one I got here.
Yeah.
So try as much as possible to be ready. Don't be scared. Practice with your friend. Ask someone to practice with. Interview. Let them critique you. Let them criticize you. Let them give you points. Let them mark you. And before you know it, it gets very, very smooth.
That's right. It's just
And
talking.
I want to tell you, my last interview was done in a car. I was driving.
Wow.
I've forgotten. The message just popped up. I just got a notification. I was in the traffic. I just pulled up the phone. I'm like, you're supposed to be in an hour. So I just find a place, I didn't even
Pull over.
prepare to because I've always done interviews. So I'm readily prepared. So I did interview, and that was the last interview I did. And they sent me the letter like second or third day.
Nice. You did an awesome job, sounds like. And yes, that storytelling is so powerful. So it would say things like, you know what, that reminds me of my student John, and this is what happened, whatever. So any questions that they have tied with a student that you have, okay? And that is and I think this is what I did, and this is what happened. This is the result of what I did. And because of that, this is what happened. You tell a story with a cause and effect thing. That this is the problem, this is the solution. Okay? So you're gonna have to have something like that, but very quick. You're not gonna tell a really long story, but otherwise they won't be able to ask you lots of questions. So very quick and efficient way to
And
answer.
straight to the point. Yes.
Yep, to the point. Yeah. Do not but see, the problem is Filipinos, I don't know about Africans, but Filipinos are very indirect speakers. So we would go around and around in 5 sentences when we could have said it in one. We just go around and
Or
around.
they could structure. Something else again I learned from you is about the structuring. You structure in 3s. The beginning, middle, and end. Know what you want to say first, what you want to say at the middle, and always comes in 3s, like three structure, 3 sentences at least. But you develop each statement, 3 statements, and you develop it. Structure it that way, and wave it around your responses for all the questions.
So this is the problem. This is the action that happened that you did.
Action and the solution.
And then the solution. Yep, that's it.
All the results.
Yeah. And as a result, so the result would be either a short term or a long term. Long term would
Long
even be
time, yeah.
nicer. Yeah, so you can say things like at the end of the year, and from then on until the end of the year, the student was paying attention, was doing homework, was whatever. Or if from then on, the parents and I have this constant communication that we regularly talk or we regularly, communicate through the daily journals or whatever of the students. So you can kind of give it like a little ending. Okay. And a happy ending
And the
would be the
last,
results.
yeah, definitely. And the last thing I want to say is if you are asked question you don't know,
Mm-hmm.
don't be shy. Don't tell them you don't know, but you can tell them something similar. You can give a similar response.
Mm-hmm. You can say,
I
yeah,
always tell them to come back
yeah, and
to
you can
explain
say,
better.
I'm
The way
not very
you
fam
express yourself.
yeah, you can say, I'm not very familiar with that, but I wonder if it's the same to this one. And then you can share something from your country, from our country, and then say that, and they will correct you. And they said, oh, no, that's not what I meant, whatever. But they already learned something from you. Okay. Or you can say things like, I don't know that, but I have, I attend this bi-monthly Zoom meetings with Dr. McCullough online, especially if you're doing Arkansas, a bunch of them would know me, that I would know, I would ask that question next time. You could say things like that, that you don't know the answer right now, but you have resources you could use.
Yes, yes.
That's kind of,
Thank you very much. That
yeah.
was all for now.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'll be here watching. I'm still here.
Yeah. Thank you so
I'm just
much.
going to give
Yes.
opportunity for other persons to have their own contribution. So,
Yeah, you did contributed a lot today. Thank you so much. Okay, how about
you're
Aris?
welcome.
Does Aris have anything to say? And Eden already did. So, Mila Flor, I don't know if you can come back, but we are about to end this because I told you about an hour to an hour and a half because I have a party that I'm hosting. I'm the one that doing the MC, and I have not even printed the program, and I'm supposed to print it. So it will be by the door. So that's something I have to do. That's why I said it's not gonna be very long Zoom today. I just did not want to cancel it because people sometimes they would say things like, "Well, I've been looking forward to it for 2 weeks," or "I was here and you were not here." I hate to do that to folks, so that's why I went ahead and came in. Although it will be very quick. So this is your time, Giselle. Do you have anything to share, or Beverly?
Hi, Doc. Just want to say hi. I know you're in Harry.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, yeah, hi. Everything going okay with you?
Yes, Doc.
Yeah. So what are you planning
Oh,
to do for your Christmas? With your students? Are you planning anything like dances or anything like that for your
no,
school?
Doc. Because of the bagyo, the typhoon,
Mhm.
Doc, many were affected. So we decided to have a very simple celebration. Though our school principal has her charity, so we will gonna have a school, just like school party on Monday. Students were going to present. There will be games, and she will be giving gifts to students. And
Mhm.
we teachers also, we don't have classroom parties. We will just be giving gifts to our students.
Okay, what kind of gifts do you usually give your students there?
For me, no, I have prepared something like I bought what do you call this? The tumblers, Doc. We call it tumblers here. The one that you are going to put water to for their baon every day. Oh yes,
Nice.
I bought them each of them tumblers, and I'm also going to buy some goodies like biscuits and chocolates.
Put it in there. You can personalize that by writing on it their names or whatever, maybe, or a quote, and then your name there. That way, it's personalized. Here, a lot we do. Like I've done one year, some T-shirts. I ordered really cheaper T-shirts, and then I wrote their names on them, and then I have my daughter who's very creative to help me with some of the things. But anyway, you can do something creative like that, but don't have to spend too much money. Because I know in the Philippines we have how many students do you have to think about? How many students you have to do?
I only have 30 students though,
30.
so
That's still a
I'm
lot.
luckier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's it.
a lot.
Yeah. But I'm
Yeah,
luckier than others.
really, yeah. They said 60, 70 in some places. Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, but Tumblr is a good idea. Nice. I like that. And it's useful to them. Yeah. Um, Here they like chocolates and things, so you can put chocolates in your present, whatever it is that you're doing. Um, What else are my sister Milet? She's very creative, and she would always do like, for example, the snowman, the socks. They're made out of socks, and they put rice in it, and they tie it, and they make the snowman. It will stand up that way, and then so this long white socks, and then they would kind of divide it up into like the body of the snowman, three things, and then they put the scarf, and then the little facial features, and it's like it's like a decoration for their house, and they give it to their parents, to their mother. And yeah, so but they are doing the crafts themselves. She provided the materials. So then the kids, these are the kids' work, which is a really good idea for teachers, is to do something like that. Yeah. So anyway, all right. So I have people now trying to contact me. So that thank you, Giselle, for sharing that. Mike, do you have any last minute thing you want to share? I want to thank Ali again for all the wonderful things he shared today. Mike, Ares, Mike, last minute thing before I close.
Hi,
Mela,
Doc.
yeah, Mila
Yes,
Flor is
Doc.
back. Good. What happened to you earlier?
I don't know with the internet connection, Doc,
Internet.
but here in our house, it's okay. I don't know why you can't hear me.
Yeah. Sometimes it just does that. I don't know either. But yeah, but thanks again for sharing about what you do at your school. So I appreciate it. And I want you to continue, everyone. I want you to continue applying at www.schoolspring.com. Okay. And when you get that, I don't know if Mike ever posted that document that I said, because it had a 50 states, it had a 50 states in it database. Mike, did you post that one with the 50 states that
Doc, I'm
filed?
trying to search it, but in my inbox, it's April 29. Is
Well,
that
it's
one?
important links. It starts with important links, is what I called it. So you can search it
Mm-hmm.
under
Okay.
that.
I'm going to check it.
Yeah,
Important.
important links.
I'm,
So
Mm.
I
if you
think I also have that, Doc. I'm going to check it
okay,
on mine.
yeah, post it on here now if you want to. But for those that really cannot get it, email me at mcculloughmerlina@gmail, and I'll be glad to send it to you. Okay. So
Doc, my email, resume, updated resume and cover letter
okay.
recently at your email.
Did I answer you? I always acknowledge receipt. Did I acknowledge your receipt? Because if not, it
Yes,
went to my
yes,
spam.
Doc.
Okay. Yeah, I always
I
try to
already
say
received you.
receipt. Yeah. Excuse me.
I am just
You
hoping
send one to
that I
to Michelle
hear.
too? Did you send one to Miss Shay too? Oh, we lost you again. We lost you again. Mela Flor, we can't hear you. We cannot hear you again. Okay.
Doc.
Yeah, now I can hear you. I did not know if that's your computer or that is your internet, but everybody else, can you hear us? Can you hear me? Thumbs up? Yeah, they can hear me. So it's you.
Doc, is it the Doc, the posting that you were asking, the link?
Yes. Okay. It's on the
Uh,
posting for those that are here. I want you to look and copy and paste that posting from Giselle. And that is the 50 states places to apply would be good there. And for those that are watching this on YouTube, it's under mcculloughmerlina@gmail. Just email me and I'll be glad to send it to you. It's the list of the 50 states, and I put the top 20 per state, and it you all you have to do is click on the link and it goes to the job site, so you can apply directly. So it took me a long time to put that together, so it might be worth it to you to look through them, peruse. Okay, so I'm gonna say bye bye, and this is a record. It's an hour and 10 minutes. We've been doing 3 or 4 hours, so I'm really wanting to do between 1 to 2 hours from now on. It's just easier for people to watch. It's not too long, and we are more concise and more efficient. I think we have a short message, and I already touched the 5 core propositions earlier when I opened, and Ali had shared a lot of great things about Virgin Islands, Nigeria, and Malaflor and Giselle had things from the Philippines, and who else? Mike also shared about his update. Who else did I talk to? Or Eden. So thank you also for sharing. Okay. So Georgian is the only one I have not talked to, and Maria Amelia. We will be back here. We see that, and we're not going to have it the 20th, so we're having it the 27th, and that is 2 Saturdays from now. So we always skip every other Saturday. Okay, so I will see you then, and I will send you the link. If you are in my distribution list, you will get the link to this video. Otherwise, you go visit our ITSA or ITSA YouTube. You can search my name plus ITSA, ITSA, and you will find it. I have more than 600 videos there. So you may want to see it. If you're interested in Mahjong, I have been posting a lot of Mahjong things there right now because that's what we're into. We're having a Mahjong club in town. And when we play, I would do little clips and share some tips. So, okay. So I will say bye for now, and thank you so much. Merry Christmas, everybody. I will see you after
Thank you very
Christmas.
much and have a nice day.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a
Merry
great day.
Christmas,
Thank
happy
you.
holiday.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See
Bye.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye.
All right.
All right. That's one.